guys, welcome back to my channel. Lovely to see you again. As you can hear, I have an awful cold. Like, I'm being charged the highest congestion charges for my nose congestion right now. But yes, I hope you are all well. Yeah, I've been in such a rut this week, to be honest. Hearing the news of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi, it was incredibly devastating, and it really hit home some home truths, like tomorrow is never promised and we just need to really value each day, you know. There are just no words, to be honest. I feel for his wife Vanessa right now. Like, you can tell she was just so in love with her husband. She was an amazing, well, she is an amazing mother, and you know, to have this kind of loss, I just pray and hope that, you know, God carries them through this difficult time. And yeah, I just feel like I was absolutely fine. When did I hear the news? I think it was over the weekend. I was absolutely fine, and literally as soon as I heard the news, like, my body just went into this shock system. Like, I just got a cold. I don't know. Obviously that may not be linked, but yeah, literally I've just been feeling so run down this week, and my mood has just been so low. Every time I see pictures, you know, quotes and stories, to see, like, you know, how he was as a father, as a basketball player, as an inspiration to kids, young people, aspiring, you know, sports people. I just think he was just so wonderful and fantastic, and his wife really needs the prayer in this time. And yeah, which just leads me into, you know, recently I've had, well, since I've opened my page, I've had lots of messages asking me, Naomi, how do you do? How do you cope as a single mom? And yeah, I think it's one of those things where you don't really think about it, you just get on with it until someone stops you and says, how do you get on with it? Then you actually sit down and think, yeah, like, you look at other families, you know, that are two-parent homes, and sometimes you do feel like, oh, you know, I wish it was like this for my children. You know, I wish there were always two people clapping and cheering on the kids. You know, I wish that I always had, you know, another person with me to go to, you know, a lot of the things that they are involved with, their clubs and things, to just have two parents cheering, you know. And yeah, I was married for a few years, together with the children's father, altogether reaching up to about 10 years. And sort of the back end of the relationship, when the marriage dissolved, it was quite sudden. So I was heavily pregnant with my son at the time when I discovered a few things. I won't go into the nitty gritty of it today because I want this to be quite a quick video, but it really just, like, I'm just trying to think of how, because I'm trailing back to, you know, it's been about close to 5 years now. 2015 we separated. I'm just trailing back to how, you know, it was when we separated, and it was just all of a sudden, it was me, you know, dealing with the bills, taking them to school, going to work, looking on point, looking like a healthy person, and two children at the time as well. So you've kind of got to be two places at the same time. At the time, my son was in nursery, so he was in full-time nursery. I was paying close to £1,800 a month for nursery, full-time, and my daughter had just started school. So she was in, so she was like, I think she was starting school in September of the following year. So she had a few months in nursery as well, after we separated. And it was just like, it was crazy, you know, two people doing something to one person all of a sudden. And yeah, I just feel like a lot of the time you just go through the pace, you just deal with it. And it's only when you sit down and you think, wow, Naomi, you've done this. You've done this. Look at your kids right now. Like, they're happy, you know, they're bright children. And I'm thankful for my efforts. I just want to give myself some gratitude right now because I'm thankful. You know, it's not easy to go through life doing a lot of things by yourself and still having that confidence and still feeling on point. There's a lot of things that you have to do mentally to keep you insane, if that makes sense. Even little things like the school runs in the morning, you know, not having an extra pair of hands to help you do this or do that. I know it's even in two-parent homes, like one parent may leave home, you know, to go to work earlier, so it's only the mother there anyway. But just having, you know, like you hear some news at school, just having somebody else be like, oh my goodness, you know, Taylor's not doing well in school today. What strategies do you think we can come up with to improve, you know, his concentration at school? It's like you have to think of everything by yourself. Obviously you have advice and you read books and things, but it's always nice to have a discussion with someone and try to strategize with another person in the equation. And yeah, I think over the years it definitely, you grow some wings. Trust me, you grow some strong wings when you deep it, when you really appreciate, you know, how far you've come. It makes you understand that, you know, you're proud of what you've done, where you've come, and it just makes you continue a little further. Yeah, it's not easy. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy, but it's fun. It's fun, and you do, like, sometimes I stand back and look at myself like a few months later and you just think, wow, like, I went through that situation by myself, you know. Sometimes when you go to the kids' plays and you see some families gathering, like mummy and daddy's there, both cheering on the child together, and there's you yourself like, go Taylor, go Talia, in the background. And you just think, yeah, I'm doing this, you know. To see them laughing and smiling every day just gives me great hope and perseverance to continue. And yeah, I just feel that life as a single mom, you know, is very challenging, especially when it's like the immediate onset. That's the most challenging part, but you do kind of find a way. And I think the mindset is so important. How you think really has an impact on how things are day to day. Like, you have to get up thinking positively. You have to get up thinking, I've got this. And do a lot of self-work. You know, your self-talk, what you say about yourself is very important. You need to really just think, I've got this. I've got this. Tomorrow, I'm going to do this. I've got this plan for the kids. Like, be proactive. Keep yourself busy. I think when you have too many silent moments, things really begin to drown your mind and the negativity begins to come to the forefront. I think definitely keeping busy is important. And obviously it's harder to keep busy when you're, you know, you're grieving or you're stressed or you're coming to terms with, you know, loss or separation. It's all about just not thinking about it. Of course you've got to go through the grieving process and you've got to understand, but when you have kids, it's like they need you, and you need to then create time for yourself. So during the day, you need to know that, you know, I'm waking up and the focus here today is the kids. So, you know, until bedtime, that's when I have my me time to grieve, to cry, to just get it all out of your system, to also work on yourself. Actually, I've got the book here. This book really helped me in the beginning. So it's called, it's a book by Dr. Steve Peters called The Mind Management, and it's a program for confidence, success, and happiness. This book, it's like my Bible. I love this book. Every now and again, I'll go through and I'll just read certain parts of it. Let me see if I can find a nice part to share with you today. Let's see. So basically, okay, let me show you what the book is about. Let me give you a little synopsis. So, the inner chimp can be your best friend or your worst enemy. This is the Chimp Paradox. So, do you sabotage your own happiness and success? Are you struggling to make sense of yourself? Do your emotions sometimes dictate your life? The Chimp Paradox is an incredibly powerful mind management model that can help you become a happy, confident, healthier, and more successful person. Dr. Steve Peters explains the struggles that take place within your mind and then shows you how to apply this understanding to every area of your life so that you can recognize how your mind is working, understand and manage your emotions and thoughts, manage yourself, and become the person you would like to be. And yes, this book is also highly recommended by sports people, scientists, and yeah, different kind of people. But yeah, and also the contents are your inner mind explored, day-to-day functioning. So it really breaks down, how you should think, how you should behave, the habits that you need to create in order to build a mannerism or mindset for success, health, and happiness, basically. And yeah, this book is incredibly powerful. I mean, this really helped me get through some tough days, and yeah, I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for this book, and I think you need to. That was part of my sort of self-help moments, was read, and get out of like your little mind box, because it can destroy you. Your mind can literally destroy you, and your mind can also build you. It can make you an incredible person just by the way you think. I talk about this all the time because I'm a strong believer of it. And yeah, I just think that creating pockets of time is so important for yourself. Going to the gym is also another way that I would kind of keep myself busy. And it wasn't about how I looked, trying to lose weight, trying to gain weight. In the beginning when I was going, it was literally to stay busy and to meet people, to hang around. And also the more I realised, the more I spoke out about, what I had gone through, and being a single mother, the more people would relate and be like, oh my goodness, I went through this and this is what I did, and this is also available to you, you could do this. If you hold in your feelings sometimes too much, it's like you can't help yourself. There's only so much you can do to help yourself. After a while, you need to embrace others trying to help you or getting direction from others, because sometimes experience is power. If somebody has gone through a process that you have gone through, just listening and just opening up and giving a little away from your experience can help others and both yourself. And what else? Yeah, just creating little self-pampering moments, taking care of yourself. Even, I don't know if this is a placebo effect, but even little things like today, for example, I've got to pick up the kids shortly. And even moments like, when you leave the house, how you look and how you feel, it's just, I think it's strongly connected. I don't like to leave home feeling sort of too messy, if you know what I mean. I like to look presentable, and I think that is important to how the world views you, and how you receive things as well, if that makes sense. So yeah, in the mornings, I won't do a great deal, and I won't do like a full makeup. Obviously, like I'm doing a video today, so I've got a little lippy on, but just in general, I will make small efforts. So I'll put some Vaseline on my lips. I'll put some mascara on, make sure that my hair is tidy. Just be presentable, and it really affects your mood and how you just carry yourself, and how people also approach you. Obviously, when you're going through a mad time in your life, you don't really care about what someone thinks about you or how you come across or how you look. But I do feel that, you know, making small efforts does have an impact on your mood and how your day goes. I definitely think there's something linked to that. And yeah, let's just be positive, y'all. Let's be positive. And you know, going through a dark season is always a sign that there is light coming. And you know, I am definitely the best version of me right now compared to how I was a few years back. Even when I was in a relationship, I just look back and you just think, wow, I've come leaps and bounds. You know, going through struggles really brings out the best in you sometimes. But yeah, that is kind of really what I wanted to share with you lovely people today. I hope you've enjoyed this video again. I've had quite a few messages in my DMs, so I'll try and respond to as much as I can. Thank you so much for the support as well thus far on this new channel. I'm still understanding and learning how I can help, you know, single mothers and to inspire women as well in general and people. So yes, let me know if you like this video. Like it, and comment down below. Let me just have a little chit chat with you. And yeah,